What exactly are we saying this is, though?
I think we know exactly what it is.
So excited to be here chatting with you both for Death of a Unicorn. What a fun ride, but also what a very moving relationship to watch you both go through. I'd love to hear, you talked both last night about how it sort of just initially clicked for you, finding that dynamic. Was there any one scene, though, that you really found that electricity between each other while you were acting?
You said something actually earlier today, which I thought was pretty enlightening and true, which was you don't film things in sequence. But the first thing that we shot, the very first day, was the scene where we were in the car. And so we were kind of getting to know each other. And I think that really that scene set the tone for what this relationship is. Is there another one that you think we had that it seemed like, oh?
I'm trying to rack my brain, but honestly, Paul is obviously very good at what he does and is such a natural and incredibly experienced, so I felt like that kind of eased the, any sort of doubt or tension perhaps. And yeah, I agree with you, that first scene, it's awkward, we're in a foreign country, we don't know each other, we're pretending like you've been there all my life.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that we started with that, it was quite natural, and I've never heard
Depeche Mode's first album.
That's true.
I think that it clicked for us pretty quickly. Like we got on pretty
We're taking up so much
pretty
time.
well,
Sorry.
pretty quickly.
There wasn't anything specific. It was just kind of instantaneous,
Yeah.
I would say.
I'm so sorry.
We could have said that right at the top of the
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
You have
No.
more questions.
No, you're totally fine. I love that. I love that it did click right away, though, for you. I'm sure it made such a smooth experience after that. Now, one thing I did want to expound upon from last night's Q&A was you mentioned the practical effects of it over the CGI, and you both have worked on projects that have one or the other. I'd love to hear what it was like when you first saw the design and how much that informed your performances, especially since you have a more protective nature of it, whereas you have a more feared nature of it, understandably so.
Right, what a luxury. I also had a strange role in this film just because I was, Alex Sharfman, the director and writer, made it very clear that I should play everything as grounded and real as possible, and obviously it's a very outrageous script. So I never knew if tonally I was in the right place because it kind of felt like I was doing a different movie sometimes. But, I'm glad that I trusted him, and I think it pays off at the end. That being said, you hear unicorn, you have no idea what that's going to look like. Your mind can go to crazy places, and what a luxury to have had those designs and had those puppets and to have been able to work alongside those. I think it was very helpful for, kind of what I was trying to do, which was, take everything as seriously as possible. And it was great. I didn't go too far in my head, or I didn't get to create something. And, sometimes you react to something and then you see the cut of the film or that scene and you're thinking, what the hell was I doing? Like, that makes no sense. But, you didn't really have to worry about that with this one.
And how about for yourself, Paul?
Well, it was just so exciting because we saw them right before we ever started shooting and when they were being built. And it does put it, in this kind of context. I mean, there's just the sheer excitement of like, oh my God, there they are. And it's impressive to see how good the artists are that built them and operate them. So there's just that initial geek out kind of experience. And it is helpful because we do have a reference point. You are right, sometimes you'll see something, and when something is kind of just CG, it's weird. It's not until we see the movie that it's like, oh wow, okay, so that's what it is.
It's also so much more satisfying for the audience because it's like a little wink to the camera. You could see the imperfections, or you could see that it's handmade and it's built, and we want to see real things. You see CGI over and over and over again, and it gets quite boring.
Yeah, there were certainly a lot of scenes in the movie in which I looked at it and was like, oh, I can tell that's the real thing. And it really connected. Even at the after party, I loved seeing the replicas, and it really connected. I see I've got to get out of here, so I will let you both go. But thank you so much for taking the time. I really do appreciate it. Look forward to getting the word out.
Thank you.
I don't think I should be in swim shorts for this moment.